that you down for me. Claim you a shooter, cause you ain't never shoot no rounds for me. Get it, bitch, my heart. Then she turned around on me. I scream, fuck love, but I need love. Rule number one, always thank the men. Rule number two, always look out for the fan.
Yo, what's going on, y'all? It's your boy VeLL, and we are back with another Mobile Legends video. In this one, we are going to be checking out the Philippines versus Myanmar game 1. We're going to be seeing what happens in this one. I've been hearing that the Philippines are back on a tear, going crazy. And yeah, the Philippines be going crazy out here. So yeah, we finna see what's going on. The only person that I know on in this game right now is Venus. I'm pretty sure this is Venus. I don't know who else is like the really good players, like who else is fire right now. So yeah, let me know what other players and teams that I need to be checking out. What have I missed as far as the competitive scene goes? I'm finna jump back into watching some of the competitive gameplay. So yeah, let me know what y'all want me to check out. Like, where were some of the craziest moments? What happened? Be sure to drop that thumbs up, subscribe, and turn on notifications. And yeah, let's just jump right into it, y'all.
And Philippines so far has been an unstoppable force with their mechanical gameplay and disciplined decision-making. The Land of Dawn reckons once again as we bear witness to this first match between these two teams.
Yep, this is going to be game 8 of day number 1 in the group stages as well, especially for group number A. As we have seen a lot of variations of
what is Hylos doing?
Adaptations, but we are going to see a very early invade coming from Black as Team Myanmar is going to go in for the harassment. Meanwhile, on the other side as well, this is going to be the Dirov jungle coming in from Myanmar.
My man's got unlimited attacks. Vexia has unlimited attacks.
And we can see that VeLL as well.
Oh no.
Doing a lot of oh, Black. He's gonna get taken out
he's
here.
Dead.
That was stupid.
Get out of this? I don't think
he's dead.
So.
There's no way he survives this. Yeah, that's gonna be an easy kill coming from Del Rosario, who's expecting to get a little bit more benefit in terms of damage output, but you need
Claude getting destroyed
once
too.
The Hylos does not have the mana,
I mean, he's supposed to lose that against.
He's gonna be keeping on his health for the spells itself. Meanwhile, down with the top side.
Dang, what's that hero called again? That's crazy. I forgot her.
The Claude itself.
That's the one marksman I don't use though.
Very much good time on the goal lane.
I can see as well, Del Rosario is just straight up.
I'm trash at switching my guns and stuff, so I don't even use it.
Way stronger at this stage of the game and can just steal jungle camps away alongside help from both Imam and VeLL. We can see as well that Imam and VeLL are going to be swapping up their positions here today, with VeLL playing the mid lane and Imam going on the roamer position instead.
Well, tough games coming from both sides, and Team Philippines seems like they will get the 1 kill, but it's still anyone's game. Gumi going to be chipping away the whole platings. Meanwhile, bottom side, Soto is trying his best to scale a little bit more. And as of yet, I'm a little bit curious on what Soto is going to be building up on the smash shot. Is it going to go full tank, or is it going to go full damage? Because as of that, what I do know is the Sky God in Heaven's base health will scale really hard and ultimate. It seems like the Philippines, they are going to fight. The Team Black gets completely focused down, and that's going to be Philippines getting another kill in the bag.
They going to challenge this? They going to take this fight?
PS on top of Imam, but he is absolutely fine. Deno right inside the turtle pit. Real manipulation brought down by Oh My Jenny and the last insanity, but it's not enough.
That was a nice retry.
Del Rosario from getting the turtle with the retribution.
Yep, very nicely done coming from Team Philippines. And just like that, they get the turtle, they get
went straight to my man's jungle. Took the jungle.
Getting a little bit greedy with a blazing duet. Seems to be able to do so, gets the minion wave, but at the same time will get the crab. But who's gonna get it? Gonzalez? Yep, it is gonna be Gonzalez instead over Del Rosario.
Philippines are definitely going to be focusing on giving Gonzalez as much farm as possible, because this Claude is going to be their late game win condition, and they want him to be able to farm as quickly as they can. It's for that reason that they do have Avarice, but Way of the Dragon gonna be finding Oh My Jenny. And
one thing that I will say is I like the strategy here. So I like the fact that they went with a late game marksman, and then they have Vexia, which I believe is going to be a really strong pick early game, especially when it comes down to the farming. Like early game, Vexia can pretty much dominate, and then later on throughout the game they got Claude. I mean, they do have Beatrix, who is just like pretty solid all game long in my opinion. But yeah, it's like that team comp's not bad, especially if Gonzalez goes crazy and plays really well. So yeah, I like it. I like the balance here. It's an interesting balance, and it's interesting.
The mid lane Purify will keep him alive, but the Circling Eagle finishes him off. This Mage Matilda doing a lot of damage, and now Del Rosario gonna force out Black's glorious pathway.
Yeah, did not expect it at all coming from VeLL, but it actually works in his favor, and it's definitely
the invading
call. But Let's take a look at the items real quick as well. Seems like it is
I
going to be
thought
the
the invade
enchanted
was
towers
coming on.
so that is going to be a little bit more in terms of damage rather than tankiness for the Matilda. So it's going to be a completely different play style coming from Team Philippines with this Matilda.
See what the farm looking like. Beatrix is going crazy right now. Direth is not going too well. Direth isn't doing too hot right now. Direth is forming pretty bad.
Press to usually where we do see the Matilda opening up the map for the team.
Well, you don't need the Matilda to open up the map when you already have 3 other tanks to do so. That's why they're going to be focusing on building magic damage. Second Eagle going to be used by VeLL Luna here onto the Myanmar backline. They're looking for a fight, but will decide not to push the issue.
Yup, Del Rosario trying to go in for the setup. Who does he want to target? You can see Gumi waiting for the right moment to strike. Wants to go for a one-hit chip, but if he gets scouted out and Team Philippines decide to swarm on him, he might actually die. But looks like he will play it safe, back out, and respect it.
Look at him harassing the tank.
Right. Yep, that's why they're zoning Team Myanmar out of their top jungle. They want control over this turtle pit, and we can see that Soto is doing a good job as well of just buying time from Benno. The turtle already getting started. VeLL Luna and Imam buying a lot of time. Glorious pathway popped down by Black, but he's dropping real low. Imam gets the Jikun, lands the way of the dragon. Gets
that was a nice challenge engage.
And instantly executed. Benno uses the last sanity to escape. Soto right on top of him, but won't be able to chase him under the tower. VeLL Luna actually tries to go for it, but doesn't quite do enough damage.
Very risky, but at the same time,
they gonna take the buff.
Is going for the chip onto his gold flame down middle, and they're getting away with so much. And Team Myanmar, they're not able to punish any of this at all.
Yeah, this is going to be pretty rough for Myanmar. Usually they want to be the ones in control in the early game, but Black has been having such a hard time opening up the map, and now a flicker by Imam with the way of the dragon, gonna catch out Gumi, gives the kill over to VeLL Luna. Abysm strike going to miss on the Matilda, and that puts Oh My Jenny out of position. Now to get the double kill onto the Eve, they lose out VeLL Luna though.
What is this damage coming from VeLL Luna on this Matilda? That should not be possible, but the way he's played it is just work out in their favor. However, Gonzalez now doesn't have the mana. Team Myanmar, they're not even gonna check this, so it seems like they are gonna let him
challenge that
a free turret on top of a full wave clear of minions up top for the farm.
We're so far seeing a pretty one-sided early game for Team Philippines. Already a 2K network
Philippines
lead.
is dominating.
5 minutes into the game, 6 kills to only 1 from the side of Myanmar, and that's because VeLL Luna just overextended a bit, going for a double kill, which means that they're in a very comfortable spot. Del Rosario continuing to threaten PS's jungle right under it.
Yep. It
is
just going to be anyone's game in this situation. Team Myanmar going to be fighting up top with 18 seconds left for the next turtle. Team Philippines, do they want to try to make a play down bottom, or do they want to regroup? Soto thinking about regrouping as well, just because of Benno's immortality. Not an easy target to bully off rather early in the save the game. Barely even 6 minutes of the game, a very, very early immortality on him.
Yeah, Philippines, they're just going to be leaving Soto, Benno mostly alone down here in the bottom lane, because as you mentioned, it's very difficult to kill him, and the turtle pit has spawned up here in the top side of the map. So as long as Soto can just buy time for them, they're absolutely fine with not getting kills onto Benno, because they are more focused on giving farm to Gonzalez.
Yep, that is going to be the turtle secure from the side of the Philippines. They are not going to be able to get any sort of benefits out of this. Eventually, Team Myanmar, they are going to be able to outscale the mage burst coming out of VeLL Luna. But the question here is, do they focus on physical or do they focus on magic reduction? Because Team Philippines, they've got a lot of chip damage when it comes to magical damage, alongside with the Baxias to Toys Poisson. But as you can see, based on...
Let's see what they got going on right now. Dyer's still 1,000 gold behind. Yeah, that's just getting outmatched completely. Then Claude has way too much gold right now. Claude is good. Claude is sitting really good, and he's ahead on items. This next fight that they have, Claude can go crazy.
Itemizations, it seems like Team Myanmar, they are gonna focus on building this straight up damage.
They take this fight, it's over with for them.
Nobody's gonna go for defense, and they are gonna try to go in for the...
Claude retreated.
As of yet,
there was only 2.
Almost losing his life. He is gonna back off.
Yeah, but that was a 2v4 situation.
They should have tried to take that fight. They should have tried to force that one.
At all. Gonzalez
Myanmar
just
did good right there.
His Demon Hunter sword and golden staff, so the Claude is going to start being able to use some stuff. Del Rosario just drive-buying the orange buff, getting the retribution steal right from under PS's nose. This Dira not having a good game.
And he's gonna take this tower.
Huge coming in from Imam, as he is going to take a tier 2, and there's absolutely nothing that Team Myanmar can do to punish this show, as Team Philippines is slowly chipping away at all the armors and gold platings of every defense coming from Team Myanmar, not forcing a fight, not giving what Team Myanmar wants, which is going to be the full-fledged wombo combo.
Another turret. They just got 2 turrets.
Playing very safe, just completely ignoring all of this fight. They just don't want to commit.
The Philippines are just slowly extending their lead here because Benno is forced to rotate around to help out the rest of his team. Soto is suddenly able to take a free tier 1 tower, and Masha is continuing his split push, while Team Myanmar is forced in a situation where they have to answer 4v5 because they're already at a 6k net worth deficit.
Yep. And as of now, Team Myanmar is showing their signs they want to focus on towards the middle tower, but the Lord is going to be spawned up top, and Team Philippines is having bush control over Team Myanmar. How will they do this? Laguna not going to be chipping his way through. It seems like he does have a little bit damage, but he is going to get sniped off from Gumi on that B-Tree. That means this is for goal time to go. However, Team Philippines is starting off the split push fight, and it seems like they will force the Glorious pathway away from the side Team Myanmar, and that is going to be the disengage coming from Team Myanmar, as Team Philippines is going to be focusing on the Lord. Meanwhile, from Soto, is going to go into a tier 1 dive, gets the kill onto his B-Tree.
Yo, Masha's a beast. Went in, focused, and dipped out.
Very, very easy takedown and easy.
I didn't expect that type of health.
Soto is already feeling very confident in himself. He has his Guardian helmet, that real manipulation between we dropped down by my
that was close.
To survive the blazing duet.
They're gonna take some towers here though.
Able to escape, as well as Del Rosario comes in to just distract Myanmar 1v3. Gonzalez doing a lot of damage, almost paused Benno's immortality. They actually do, and even lose Black on top of that. They take 2 towers. This whole time, Soto just pushing the bottom lane by himself.
Yep, patience coming from Philippines as well. Rotation, understanding their mechanics coming into play is just huge. And what was very surprising was that VeLL Luna was using the circling eagle to build up his width and able to chain in onto his Black, who's actually already out of the dangers of the Philippines. But because the circling eagle allowed VeLL Luna to circle around Benno, they just completely take them all out of the side. So that was huge coming from him.
We're already seeing a very big problem for Team Myanmar. This is a 9k net worth lead for Philippines. Basically, we've reached a point where it's very difficult for them to come back from this. The push is coming in from Philippines. Glorious pathway already popped down to defend against the Lord. But Philippines, they're just tanking the tower. They don't mind. Myanmar, they're able to clear out the Lord successfully. Yes, slightly out of position, but he's fine. Gonzalez just chunking down the tower, even tanking damage from Myanmar because he does not care. He knows that he is way ahead of his opponent.
Agreed. Meanwhile, here it comes. They are going to be showing a little bit signs of fighting back, but as of now, they're just so not in the lead in terms of economy. They're almost 10k.
Bro, that snipe!
I think is
that was a good snipe from Beatrix. Look at that snipe from Beatrix. That was actually fire. Beatrix took that buff.
Back, but
look at this. Sniped it with the ultimate. That was probably an accident though, but that was a good snipe.
Is by far the biggest lead in terms of difference throughout the entirety of today's game so far.
I do feel inclined to...
Beatrix was probably aiming for for somebody. He ended up getting a buff like, oh, I meant to do that. Look, 8,000, 8.6 thousand. Yeah, Claude is freaking stacked out here. Dang, and Beatrix. That's great. Not Beatrix, freaking Baxia.
To agree with that situation here, we can look at the farm overall. Gonzalez is just so rich as compared to the rest of Team Myanmar. In fact, most of Team Philippines has already outranked Myanmar in terms of net worth, and that's including VeLL Luna, who right now has basically the same amount of farm as Gumi on the gold lane. This is not ideal.
Yep, this is not ideal indeed, considering that Team Myanmar is still going for a little bit of a push as from the sides. But as you can see, Team Philippines seems like they are going to struggle a little bit in terms of the scaling, just because of what in terms of damage output is going to be coming to the table. And it makes a lot of sense considering that the only magic damage is going to be coming from VeLL Luna as well as Del Rosario, which easily can be neglectable, but looks like they are going to force the issue. They change it down on Goomy, and Goomy actually losing a little
bro, actually did that kind of damage. What was that?
Is going to be the way to go. The Blazing Duet isolates
oh,
the
wow.
Team Myanmar right in the middle of it all. Gets
that
completely
UV
separated as they get picked off.
Getting away.
And Goomy is down for the count. Losing only VeLL Luna from side Philippines is going to be a 4v3. Looks like this is going to be go time to knock towards the doors and inhibitors of Team Myanmar. Or do they back off and focus on the Lord?
Well, it looks like Team Philippines, they're just going for it.
They're taking that tower.
Take the inhibitor. Del Rosario buying a lot of time up here in the top lane. Team Philippines, they're so ahead at this point that they can just run at Team Myanmar and not care about any damage they're taking because they're so bulky. Last Insanity not going to be enough to finish off Soto.
Agreed. Soto can look to grow and threaten the Lord right from get-go, but looks like they don't exactly have the ultimates to fight this. And Myanmar, they are going to push out. However, on the bottom side, that is a huge minion wave going to be pushing on towards the towers of Myanmar. So that is going to be the defense coming from Benno before regrouping for the Lord. But Team Philippines, they have bigger pictures, they have bigger objectives, and that is going to be stealing the buffs away from Team Myanmar for now.
Yeah, the more they do so, the just further ahead they can get. These small little moves by Philippines have just been adding up over and over again throughout the course of this entire game. And now Myanmar, they are just so far behind. It's gonna be quite impossible for them to be able to come back into this. They need a perfect pickoff, and well, Team Philippines, they're not the type to make mistakes.
Wow.
They're already on top of Benno. He's in a lot of trouble. Immortality
already
popped down. We can see in the back line, they're getting jumped by Del Rosario and Imam. He gets the kick onto the enemy gold lane. Gonna be able to pick him up. They do get the kill onto Imam in return, but PS not gonna drop down. They've already lost 3 on the side of Myanmar. Gonna be able to get the double kill as Del Rosario comes in. And he's not gonna be giving up on oh my Jenny either. That's the final member of Team Myanmar. The crystal is completely exposed.
I mean, the UV is a beast. That's staying alive anyways.
Going to confirm.
Like, that was literally the hardest UV to kill I've seen. Like, that was fire. Like that.
To the semifinals of tomorrow.
But it wasn't enough to win.
It's a very convincing game coming in from Team Philippines. And look at this. The fans are very, very happy about this situation.
Yeah, there we have it, y'all. So that was actually dope. That was a dope gameplay. I liked it. And yeah, that UV was very hard to kill. They played very, very well. We saw a nice snipe from Beatrix, but I mean, the Philippines was just way too much. They was just way too much to handle. They played this perfectly. They were poking at them, pushing them back, controlling the map, zoning properly. Yeah, the rotations was amazing. It was just all around just excellent gameplay from the Philippines. So yeah, let me know what you all think in the comment section down below, man. As always, be sure to drop that thumbs up, subscribe, and turn on notifications, and I will catch you all on the next one. Peace out, homies.